Hello everyone. The following contents in this video are going to fall under several different categories and disclaimers that I want to make to you before we get into this absolute monster of a video. First off, I want to make this very clear that in this video, there's going to be many entertainment and comedic aspects. I'm going to be joking a lot because for the first half, it's going to be quite literally a joke, in my opinion. Second thing I want to make very, very clear is, as I say in all of my videos, I make very clear, I must drive this point home that comments and statements I make in this video are opinions. They have always been my opinions. Am I going to show evidence and perspectives to back up my claims and my belief systems? Of course I am, because I'm a commentary channel and that's what I do. But again, they're my opinions, keep that in mind. And last but certainly not least, this entire situation that has been brought to me through TikTok and the alleged lip filler bandit has pretty much made me want to make a deep dive. So not only am I dramatically reading off a cease and desist and having a little bit of an SNL special on here, if you will, but I'm also providing a lovely little deep dive, diving into some things and content that I've been combing through for a good while now. It's taken me a hot second to edit this video. I truly hope you guys enjoy. Again, keep your perspective in the comment section. Do not harass anyone in this video. This is going to be entertainment and commentary purposes only, and also to bring consumer awareness to people who might not actually see this side on social media. Definitely buckle up, grab a snack. We have a very long video today that I know you guys are going to love. I really need to thank my English teacher, my high school English teacher, one more time. Mrs. Murphy, by the way, I love you with all my heart and flat ass. That woman taught me some very key details that allowed me to write the most glorious script possible to create this video for you guys today. Hi everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I'm going to give you a little bit of a preface. This is going to be an extremely long one. Buckle the fuck up. That's the nicest way I can say this. This is going to be a lot. Today's video is going to be my epitome of petty with a purpose. I can be petty, but I have a purpose behind things that I do. A response and a full expose video, whatever you'd like to call it, talking about the lip filler bandit because as you see, Exhibit A, I have some papers. Now, what are these papers? I printed out a cease and desist that I was filed from the lip filler bandit that I covered in this video right over here. We're first of all going to be recapping the entire situation up to date on what's going on. I'm going to then talk about the cease and desist that I was filed because one thing I am very good at is walking you through why this is quite literally stupid. We're going to go through several other things when it comes to the problematic issues, in my opinion, when it comes to this individual and many others in the hyaluron pen lip filler world, the way that I received the cease and desist, the weirdness behind the lawyer, so much. Like, I'm just going to tell you right now, the twists and turns that we are going to be experiencing through this video, from this paperwork to the post this individual make, is quite literally unreal. So before we hop into today's video, don't forget to that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. My second channel, Instagram, and so much more, podcast, you name it, is going to be in the description below if you guys want to hang out with me more. And now let's get into today's video of exposing someone who's threatening me and showing you in the nicest way possible why that's not going to work out. Real quickly though, I do want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor. Hi everyone, you guys know I am a mobile game girly. I've always been obsessed with finding games that are puzzles, unwinding, relaxing, and today I have to talk to you guys about Two Dots. So Two Dots is a very relaxing game that has a minimalistic design that offers so many different fun things like puzzles, find the hidden items, and so much more. So I'm actually currently on level 10 right now, so I'm still kind of a newbie, but from the art to the puzzles to the weekly scavenger hunts, Two Dots has literally everything you want and more in a mobile game. I love this game because it has a really good balance of being challenging while at the same time not too overwhelming. It's just got a good balance of everything. Two Dots is also been highly celebrated. It is on its 10-year anniversary and over 115 million downloads globally. A lot of people, including myself, love it. This is perfect if you need a break, if you need to unwind, if you want a mobile game that is great for you, literally anyone. I play it before bed, in between work breaks, anytime that I'm just wanting something else outside of my everyday living, this is perfect. Two Dots is partnering with me on today's video. If you guys want to go down to the link in the description below or pin comment or scan the QR code on the screen, you guys can download it free today on iOS and Android. Thank you so much to Two Dots for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get into it. All right, you guys, first things first, we are going to be doing a quick recap. So this entire video is all stemming from my hyaluron pen video. I recommend you watching that fully and then coming back here. I think it's really important for you guys to see my words everything that I did pretty much and then get the feel of what the hell's going on. I made a video where I, again, scrolling on my For You page, saw a content creator by the name of Ryan. Ryan was making a video discussing the lip filler bandit, as she called it, which I thought was funny as hell. Anyway, she was discussing there was some people here that were allegedly having major side effects from a hyaluron pen. Now, apparently hyaluron pens are used to inject things like insulin, just medication based. However, they've been kind of happening over, I think, the past few years as devices that are used now to put in hyaluronic acid fillers into your lips. As y'all know, many people really want lip fillers and it's very trending right now, and just people like that enhancement. Again, I've thought about it a time or two. Like, I completely understand. But one thing I do know is just because it's easy, accessible, and your sister can be doing it doesn't mean that they should be doing it. I was looking into it and I found the creator that Ryan was discussing, which is by a creator of the name of SoMink. So SoMink is the account name and business name, is a individual who does the hyaluron pen. So Ryan was saying, hey, I'm getting messages and I'm receiving clients essentially that this individual is allegedly causing some problems when it comes to lip fillers, bad reactions, and so much more. Super alarming, right? I was covering it, and then I did my little use where I kind of went over and was reading off most of my video actually of what this creator, SoMink, was posting on her page. We went through many things. We went through how she's doing a tour to teach people how to use hyaluron pens. She sells supplies when it comes to microneedles, fillers, and so much more, which in my opinion is really alarming and not something I would buy. She does other courses, online courses, which you guys know my feelings on a lot of courses. Most of them, from my perspective, are quite literally bullshit. Again, all of these things to go and show. I covered it and then I gave my opinions, which, as you know, on this channel, I've made it very obvious. I give opinions. And now we are in present day. I got a little notification that I received a cease and desist. So after discussion with legal counsel and whatnot, I'm like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to read this off in a dramatic reading. We came to the conclusion that this is kind of bad. To cease and desist from continuous use of unfound slanderous content. It has been brought to our attention that you, Isabellamichellelanter, through your platform located on the following URL, that is me, have pushed unverified information through your video that has resulted in an individual's life being put at risk as their personal information was leaked as a result of said video that you put up for view on your platform via the URL and then the URL to my video, it appears. In doing so, we have to warn you that you have carried out a number of unlawful activities to which we are bound to notify the respective authorities. Okay. Upon inspection of your activities from as early as 29th of April, 2024, you have violated the private rights of our client, agitated a number of individuals, as well as misled a number of consumers. Considering the nature of your activities, we have no reason other than to believe that you carried out a deliberate act, fully thought out and diligently researched. Considering this, we have reason to believe that you had complete intent to provide unverified information as fact, carrying out a character assassination of an individual, whether by your own hand or on the behalf of another party, agitate your consumers against the individual, and jeopardize their safety for the sake of your own content. I fully disagree with all this shit. This is quite literally stupid. Furthermore, we have reason to believe the information that you provided is unverified and based on a source from TikTok. Considering that we know that the information you provided is unverified, and regardless you still chose to push said content, we can affirm that you acted deliberately. If we are to bring this information to light, which we are, as legal action is currently being taken against the individual who originated the false information, you will be taken to be an accessory in the promotion of such information, and any harm that is to befall an individual because of the false information that you provided will rest on your shoulders. Quick thing I want to state here. There are absolutely no timestamps or anything citing where I was doing anything slanderous or wrong. I'm quite thrown off because this is the most wild statements, untrue statements coming out of left field. Like, what the are we on? Next page. Our client has worked meticulously in the business for which you have claimed they are a fraud and have worked hard to craft a brand repute that signifies quality and consumer happiness. Considering the nature of your activities, we can understand your deliberate approach to sabotaging them. However, we have to expressly state that the situation in which a person's life is jeopardized for your content is a line crossed. For the protection of our client, we are now informing you of the following. In order to avoid legal action from us, you must immediately cease and desist from further production of unverified content and take down any existing material. Work. We need to invest in Grammarly, my guy, with the acknowledgement of ensuring our client's personal information is taken down as well. To that end, by the close of the business on 5th May 2024, you are to 1. Take down any videos that consist of information relating to our client. 2. Call off any agitated people through your following from sending further death threats to the individual. 3. Issue a formal apology for the damage that has been caused to our client. If our company were to file legal action against you for the deliberate damage that you have caused, we would be entitled to seek preliminary and permanent injunctions, monetary damages to our business, any loss of sales due to seizure of business, damages on our company's goodwill, as well as reimbursement of our legal fees associated with the legal action. We will not send another warning. If you do not confirm in writing by the 5th of May 2024 that you will comply with this letter, the necessary authorities will be notified and the lawsuit will be commenced immediately. Therefore, this notice to cease and desist is hereby served upon you in regard to your persistent action of promotion of unverified information, agitation of masses, and the danger that is to befall an individual. If after the receipt of this notice you continue to carry out such actions, you will be known as carrying out such actions deliberately and infringing upon the hard-earned extensive goodwill and reputation of our client has accrued. If you did not cease above mentioned action immediately, legal action will be commenced against you. Thereby, you must immediately stop above mentioned acts and send a written confirmation that you will cease such activities. Continuing to do so will risk incurring severe legal consequences if you fail to comply with this demand. My God, we need to give a fucking yapping award to this guy. This letter acts as your first and final warning to discontinue your unwarranted actions before we pursue legal action against you. At this time, we are not filing a civil nor criminal suit against you, as we hope to solve this matter amicably. However, if you do not adhere to this notice, we will not hesitate to initiate legal proceedings against you. You are hereby put on notice that we will be monitoring closely platform and take appropriate legal action if the danger persists. Please acknowledge in writing to our company within 1 day of the receipt of this letter to confirm the cease and desist action to be taken by your company. If you fail to comply with the above demand, we shall have no choice but to pursue legal action to protect our interests. We hope that this issue may be amicably resolved. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Signed, blank, blank, blank. I'm not going to show any other information because I think that is highly unnecessary. A couple red flags I saw with the cease and desist. Now I'm going to dissect the into this in one moment. But one thing I want to notice is there was a lot of exceptionally broad claims here. When it comes to cease and desist, first thing I need to make very clear, and my bestie CC Suarez posted this, cease and desist, if you guys do not know, papers like this are free to send. Well, they might cost you, but you can find a way to send something like this. Also, anyone can write shit like this. I can quite literally find a template on Google right now and send it to somebody if I just felt like it. And if someone does not know their rights or is unaware, they might fall for it. But it's expensive to actually file legal action. It's even more expensive on your end if you file legal action and try and sue somebody when there's no substantial evidence or no grounds to do so. Again, I want to remind everyone that I am in no way a lawyer. I'm not giving any legal advice. I'm just a random goofy on the internet who's sharing what I've learned. Anyone can sue anyone. It's a matter of if there's actual substantial evidence and if there's any grounds, you know what I mean? So, I'm over here like, let me talk to some lawyer friends of mine. Let me also talk to a Houston-based lawyer, that, and I don't cheap out on this shit, let me tell you. So I sit down and I look at this and I was like, something looks a little wrong. Oh yeah, the spidey senses are tingling. My left tit has, a feeling Karen from Mean Girls, it's gonna rain, something's up. And I decided to look up the lawyer because I always do that because I usually could find something out. Sometimes I see it's bullshit, it's not real. Sometimes I see somebody's cosplaying a lawyer, like that kind of shit, right? So that pretty much tells me what I'm looking at. I get all the info I need to, and I pretty much pre-build all of the responses and ways that they're wrong and give it to legal counsel and be like, hey, this is what this dumbass is saying about me. Here's information. There you go. As I was building this and I was creating essentially my response, because I knew I was going to make a video about this. And when I tell you, I'm telling you right now, this woman should have quite literally pulled a fucking template and sent it to me. And it wouldn't be as funny as what I found out. I look up the guy on LinkedIn. Oh, okay, like maybe he's from Houston. Like I'm trying to find his office in Houston because I'm like, oh, like this has got to be here. Like I couldn't grasp my head on this. And then I was like, okay, let me just read his LinkedIn. On the LinkedIn page, it says that you can find this individual on Fiverr. Really? So I get out these little grippers and I'm like, cool, we're going to go on to Fiverr. I was like, if I was a goofy bitch on the internet, if I was slightly stupid, if I wasn't all that bright, let's say, weaponize the fact that some people don't know their rights. In my opinion, if I was going to do this, I would type in on Fiverr, quite literally cease and desist, and just see what pops up. And to my utter shock and surprise of, damn, Bella, I don't know how you connected the dots on this shit. The lawyer that is on my cease and desist is on Fiverr and is a Fiverr lawyer. apparently. So let's do a fun little review of what the he's doing on there and how much Miss Somink spent on this cease and desist that looks like utter bullshit. You know what? I'm impressed with this guy in getting people to just buy this shit. This is absolutely nuts. He has multiple listings that look like they were edited through Canva. We love Canva, by the way. I will write your legal contracts and agreements. I will be your online lawyer. I will draft a cease and desist DMCA, take down an Amazon counter. If you have trouble with how approaching a matter, I'll help you figure it out. I'll take down infringing content, $60. Take a multi-prong approach takedown. So allegedly, Somink didn't go to a Houston lawyer, which is funny because I was literally looking for a top lawyer in Houston, which, you know, I don't cheap out on legal stuff. She wasn't doing that. She wasn't looking around. Allegedly, she looked at our trustworthy Fiverr. Wow. I mean, which by the way, Fiverr is amazing for sources like finding, you know, someone to design a website or edit a video. But to draft up your cease and desist, you spent like what, $60 on this? You wouldn't think I'd find that out? Like that's literally, that's some top tier stupid shit. Like for somebody who you should allegedly be trusting when it comes to Hyaluronic pens, or apparently now it looks like she's allegedly going to be making courses or content, something to talk about her marketing skills. It doesn't sound like, in my opinion, she's very bright, because if she'll hire somebody off of Fiverr to write a cease and desist to send to me, then what the makes me think that you're someone I should trust when it comes to a Hyaluronic pen to fill my lips, marketing advice, or quite literally anything for that matter. I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever get this dumb, put me down, euthanize me, if you will. Shut the shit down. If I get this a little, you know, lacking in the common sense department, it is my time to go. The caption is quite phenomenal. It talks about contact me before placing an order. I've been handling intellectual property matters, which include DMCA, notices, counter DMCAs, and cease and desist. So a DMCA can be sent or filed by Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Etsy, any website where your IP is being infringed upon. A cease and desist signed letter to the party. This is, quote, primarily to scare them. Can I tell you right now, thank you so much. Giving me such a wonderful, immaculate, put it to me on a plate and say, there you go, Isabella. This is going to be fun for you to dig into. It says, legal consulting gigs are not screened. Please know that there is no screening process for the service. We recommend that you message the freelancer and check all necessary details before placing your order. Pro freelancers in this category have gone through a vetting process. So she barely scrolled, found probably the first person, in my opinion, that she saw, clicked on him, said, this'll work, and sent me a paper for $60 with no citations, no proper documentation, no paying attention, no actual substance, literally no substantial evidence of quite literally anything, completely baseless claims. And you thought that was going to work, and you thought I wouldn't find that out, and you thought I wouldn't have an absolute blast talking about this? Stop messing with people who get that itch, that just excitement to talk about this. This goes to show that cheaper is not always better. Hiring a lawyer off of Fiverr for cheap and sending a cease and desist, probably not smart. Going to get your lip fillers very cheaply from some random, in my opinion, probably not going to cheap out on important things like filler and lawyers. That's not what I'm going to do, but okay. Let's start into debunking this entire thing. If we actually look throughout my video, majority of my video was reacting to Ryan discussing this entire situation with the Hyaluronic pens and how problematic it is, but also reading off content and social media posts that were made by Somink herself. Then the rest were my opinion. So I don't know in what world this is defamation or slander in any capacity. Let me quickly highlight some of the things that I have made very, very clear in all of my content. One thing that I've made exceptionally clear on all of my platforms in many ways is the fact that I share opinions, going out of my way to make sure that I am clear that I'm a commentary creator. I report on random fun things that I see. I talk about things that I think to be scams, that I think to be problems, and so much more. I've made it very clear, though, that I also cannot stop people from doing what they want to do, just giving at least the other perspective that maybe the other side is not offering. So a couple things I want to discuss in this cease and desist that I thought were quite insane. It was discussing and saying death threats. I've stated in many videos, including this one, to not harass the individual. Literally in the exact video that we're referring to, I clearly stated to not go to this content creator's page, do not harass this person. So I've made this very clear. In past videos, I know I have clearly stated, and let me make this extremely clear now, that if you're someone that goes and harasses people that I talk about, and you go and like bother them, send them death threats and everything, unsubscribe from me now. I have said this a long time ago because I'm somebody who does not want people like that support me. I can severely dislike somebody and dislike what they do, but I do not agree with harassing people and sending them death threats or doing something insane like that. I know I cannot control people's actions, but I do the best that I can. One other thing that I want to state too that actually really bothered me, there was a video that was posted, I think a few hours after mine. Now this video was actually originally made by Mink to address Ryan and some of the claims that were being made. This is a currently deleted video. She was acknowledging that literally before my video was posted, she was receiving death threats.
I have been getting harassed. I have people texting my number with my full name and telling me they have my full address.
Yeah, no, girl, we got to start working on making some substantial claims because this is just downright dense, okay? So April 28th, I posted my video at around 6 p.m. I screen recorded the TikTok that you deleted that it was around 8:10, okay? This screenshot says yesterday. Now I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that it was the day before I posted my video. Either way, this is an example of you getting shit before my video was live. Like, hello? Now again, I'm gonna make this very clear. I don't support doxing, I don't support none of that, but with how much I have done my due diligence with disclaimers and whatnot, you have yet to provide any substantial evidence to show that you are receiving any awful things because of me. And with that, with how many people have covered this topic, it is going to be very, very difficult for you to actually pinpoint and directly correlate the connection to me. Again, if I go as far as to make a statement that if anyone follows me that thinks it's okay to harass someone to off, I think it's safe to say that I've done my job. So again, let's knock it off with the goofy shit. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the claim that I knowingly spread misinformation. That is complete and utter bullshit. Knowingly spread misinformation? No, I am a commentary channel. Commentary channels, news outlets, articles, e-news, MTV, you get the vibe. They are allowed to make comments and speculations. There are even blind items on celebrities that exist that are speculatory statements around stuff. People are allowed to make comments on public figures or public businesses in regard to things that can involve with consumer awareness, concern, or just overall general entertainment and commentary. Now, I am allowed to make comments and opinions on things that I see posted publicly on social media. If you get on social media and publicly post a bunch of stuff and have a business, then you are essentially realizing and knowing that we're going to get comments, reviews, and whatnot on things that you are doing. You can be doing everything right and someone might still have a perspective, but that is a part of life. I even have people do whack shit on other platforms and make crazy statements about me. It's just part of life when you are making content publicly like this. Me knowingly spreading misinformation is quite literally no, not whatsoever. I do not do that. I see information that is publicly posted on social media. There's no misinformation. I am putting commentary that is literally in my channel art. I am a commentary creator and also bring awareness to stuff that I personally believe to be a problem. And once again, on my channel guidelines and rules, it literally clearly states that I share my opinions on this. As I quote, all content on this channel is meant for entertainment purposes, as well as at times educational purposes. All opinions are my own and do not reflect the opinions of my channel sponsors. And another one, inferences are made in these videos according to what I read, research, etc. And I'm willing to be corrected if I fall incorrect on a statement. If we go back a long ass time ago, that disclaimer has been on my videos for a very, very long time. I have made this wildly, wickedly clear, okay? And then another statement that was made in the cease and desist was public reputation damage. I am very confused here how I'm the one being zoned in and singled out when there were so many people that discussed this individual. No, I'm not acknowledging damages because I do believe that that is 100% false. I do not believe that at all. And it's fascinating how they'll talk about you need to acknowledge damages. One, are you obtuse? I'm not doing that because no. Why is it, Exhibit A law, why is it that your own alleged client is making posts that, in my opinion, are highly contradictory of these damages? This is a post that was made by her on May 10th. First, it was veneer text. Now y'all talking about me. I'll take it as free promo. Okay, first problem here. If you actually had such awful damages and problem, why would you acknowledge me, which I'm going to inference that was me since I talked about veneer text, and then literally right after that, the hyaluron pen bullshit. I'm going to, in my opinion, safely assume that you're referring to my video here or something of that kind since I was the one that received this fucking paperwork. Your acknowledging right here, you are taking it as free promo for yourself. You are accepting it as a positive for your business. Another thing I want to show and state is how interesting it is that according to a screenshot from my video, making this very clear, that was posted up around 3 weeks ago or so, your follower account grew. I don't know where the damages are. You fucking grew a little bit there, girl boss. I noticed how you were constantly posting up almost every day how you had clients and how you were doing good. And actually today, funny enough, when I'm recording this, you were posting up your Washington, D.C. tour. You're claiming that you have your reputation has been screwed. You've been I'm just quite confused on where these damages are when you're going on about how you're just so blessed and doing so good. And actually, speaking of, let's look at a post that you quite literally made 16 hours ago. It says, my tour is coming to an end. This is my second tour in a span of 1 year. Yes, I only have been doing this for a little over a year and the growth is tremendous. Make that investment in whatever class you want to take. You are going to make that money back 100-fold. I will have a mentorship program coming soon this fall, whether you're a hairstylist, nail tech, lash tech, baker, anybody that wants to up the score. You want to create your own online course, going on tour, need help with branding and marketing, I got you. My first class I taught in 2018 was 23 ladies, sold out. I will be spilling all the beans in my mentorship. They said the economy is bad, but I can't tell, and I don't want you to either. I do appreciate all the support and kind words. I love you all, and then one more spot left for New York. You can't tell that the economy is bad and you don't want to either. So you're saying that you're doing so good and you can't tell even if the economy is bad. Here's another one. Restock, do some lips with me and read my event session. Lately, I've been feeling like all eyes on me. That is how I feel. I know my presence and I inspire many people, which can cause people to envy you. Please invest in Grammarly. I beg. Being young, feminine, beautiful, and successful, people can't stand it. In life, people will just try to bring you down and start false narratives just because they think you are their competition. But I serve a God. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that accuses you in judgment, you will condemn. I love you all and appreciate all the support. By your perspective, God is on your side, and no weapon formed against you can hurt you. You're saying God's got you, you'll be okay. And also I want to say you're making a very broad claim about how I am the reason for something. I do not believe that at all. I believe that is such a bullshit statement, but you're pointing the finger at me when again, there are several other people who have discussed you. So I don't know how I am the only one here that you're claiming is just the cause of this. I think you conveniently thought that I would be too nervous to say anything or that I would be scared and easily manipulated at that. And that is far from what I am. I'm just letting you know that this is quite literally stupid because you keep posting about how you have more clients. You're doing so good. Life is amazing. You keep going on showing that God's got you. You keep going on about how you're going to be doing more. Your follower count has gone up. You keep posting, showing, and I'm sure you're going to have more posts as I edit this video and I'll pop it up on screen that you're doing amazing. You have new clients and to come book with you. Damages where? Damages where? That is quite literally bullshit. All over a very simple, I'm going to be honest, simple as giggly ass commentary video where I state my opinions, which I have a very clear right to do so. Do you just like being goofy for a living? Is that what we do? We're going to talk and kind of debunk some crazy shit, fillers, courses, claims that she's made, and so much more. First statement I want to say, according to today's date, which is May 20th, she still has on her profile, #1 Houston lip filler. In my opinion, I think that's highly misleading. According to what? According to who? I do not think you, in my opinion, you are accurately labeling yourself properly when it comes to your consumers. So it's very interesting how you talk about how I am, quote, defaming you, but I'm pointing out very logical perspectives, in my opinion. You're making claims about yourself that I would like to see the evidence to support that. Do you have licensing? Do you have anything at all to show that you are the #1 filler? Do you even have a Yelp review? I can't even find you on Yelp to show that you are the top or highest rated on Yelp. So please, I would like to know if you have anything to prove that you were the #1 filler when there's not enough evidence, because that tries to establish credibility. But if there's a lack of actual substance to show that you are credible or actually the #1 or the best or worthy of going, kind of alarming to put that up there. Removing lip enhancer under medical director. One thing I noticed right before I was actually filming is, according to 3 weeks ago when I posted up this video, I quickly went over, took a quick screenshot. On your profile, you said, talking about how you were under medical direction. And now that's gone. Why is that? I want to know. Why is that? Why did you feel the need to delete that out of your bio? Is it A, because it's a lie? B, because it's not happening anymore? Enlighten us. Why is that not there? I would assume that that would be significant or something that you would want. Again, speculation. I'm very curious on why it's there. However, the microneedling is kind of where I'm directing myself, and it's a little bit of a problem. U.S. dermatology partners. Texas Medical Board rules on medical cosmetic treatments. In Texas, it is not permitted for patients to be treated with Botox fillers or any medical device, excluding laser hair removal, without without first meeting with a physician, certified physician assistant, or a nurse practitioner. Patients are encouraged to report any med spas performing these treatments without proper supervision to the Texas Medical Board. So quick question, when I say and encourage people for any service, any place, all the time, I've made this in my videos, if you don't see proper licensing, if people aren't giving you information about their licensing, their names, the person that is watching them when it comes to medical supervision, and they should report, how am I wrong? And you're making a bunch of baseless claims on this, from what I can see, when I'm literally quoting from the U.S. dermatology partners stating very clearly that it should be reported if something is not right. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you find counter evidence, I want to see it. I'm not finding anything right now. In Texas, per Texas Medical Board Rule 193.17, on your entire website, you go on doing microneedling and hyaluron pen, but microneedling, again, where's your licensing? Where's anything showing and depicting that you are an RN or anything for that matter that is legally allowed to perform this? It says a patient who is seeking a non-surgical medical cosmetic procedure, including the injection of medicines such as Botox or derma fillers, or the use of an FDA-approved device such as Fraxel, photofacial, or cool sculpting, must first be evaluated in person by a physician or other provider with prescriptive authority, i.e. certified physician assistant or nurse practitioner. Also, I have done my due diligence to actually watch several videos all across her Instagram and TikTok to see if there were videos showing a lot of her office and any licensing that was hanging up on the wall. Usually when you go into certain facilities, you can at least see something. So when you walk into the door, it looks like she might be potentially renting out an area and space to utilize for this. Again, I'm not too sure, just speculation, but with looking at the many different camera views that I see when it comes to her office, I still have yet to actually see something that has any legitimacy to show licensing. If she has it and can show it, I would love her to, because I keep looking her up when it comes to databases, cannot find any proper licensing. I try and look at her office videos, trying to see if there's any glimpse of a damn framed license. By that perspective, if you genuinely do not have anything and you are doing microneedling by using a legit needle to fill people's lips with no proper licensing, and since you have, what we can see, removed the under medical direction from your Instagram bio, that to me is an absolute bouquet of red flags with no licensing, absolutely nothing to show that there is any safety when it comes to this place. Now, again, I am going to be getting into the entire facility here later one moment, but this is just what I'm seeing right now to talk about the lack of licensing that I'm seeing, unless she can come forward and show that she's doing everything 100% legally and safely. The physician is ultimately responsible for the safety of the patient, all aspects of the procedures offered. Now, let's get into fillers right now, because you are doing this whole thing with microneedling, you are having courses, you also are doing the hyaluron pen. And speaking of filler, let's bring to the stage the entire topic of how you were selling and a supplier when it comes to filler, needles, and the hyaluron pen. Because actually during this video, as I was quickly double checking a few things on your website, I noticed that all of a sudden all the previous listings for my previous video for you selling a bunch of fillers have been taken down. So I would like to know, why is that happening? Let's get into it. It is literally 3/28, Monday, May 20th that I'm recording this, because if you change it, if you adjust it, I have the recording and date to show when I recorded this before it was changed if you do. But if we go onto your supplies right now, let's take a little gander through the supplies one more time. How I see no fillers available. No fillers are being sold right now. Why is that? But if we go on to my previous screen recordings that I saved when I originally made the video, which was again dating back during the late month of April, we are going to see the fillers that you were offering to people. And what's so fascinating to me is, again, if we actually go, because according to my screenshot, which I took April 27, 2024 at 4:49 p.m., this is a screenshot that was taken that was a new product alert. And if we actually look, it is showing a lot of the fillers that you were having on your website. Why are you taking down the listings for your filler if you're not doing anything wrong? So the reason why I'm actually bringing up the topic about her being a lip filler supplier is because we have been seeing a lot of people reporting on the fact that there are possible alleged problems that can happen when it comes to unregulated filler. The FDA even has talked about how unregulated filler that isn't properly produced or sent to proper facilities could potentially be tampered with. There are some really scary horror stories that I have personally heard of filler that have come from very random suppliers that were not proper hyaluronic fillers, that had extra additives, things that could potentially harm somebody. And my thing is I would never for a second think that it would be a good or smart idea and just in my opinion, to purchase fillers from somebody who does not have the proper licensing, if that were to be the case, but additionally not from a proper place that requires a license in order to buy the product. I have actually been informed by other professionals that there is a requirement for a license in order to even order the approved and safe fillers. So it is very, very alarming to me because this is a very random supplier. Rather be able to go through someone who has all the proper precautions, licensing, you name it, but supplying fillers, and then also with her suddenly taking all the listings down makes me just have an opinion that there might be something else going on, or maybe, just my opinion, she might realize that there is actually something that she should not be doing. Again, all of my speculation, but it's a huge red flag when there's a lot of controversies on these fillers and suddenly all of them are off of her website. And this is also going back to the original conversation that Ryan started about how she allegedly had clients that had very severe reactions and were not able to get the fillers dissolved. And so while Somake might actually genuinely think that some of her fillers are safe and good to go, there may possibly, we can speculate, there may be a potential chance that if we don't really know that this is a safe supplier, that maybe the supplies might be contaminated or something may happen. Again, all speculation, anything is possible. Who knows? I could be completely wrong about that. But I think it is something that we could possibly consider though, especially if the FDA is discussing this, if these fillers are not directly pulled from a doctor or somebody who's in the medical field who is recommending the fillers and they are approved. Speaking of the filler suppliers, since she voiced in a now deleted TikTok that she purchased all of her fillers from Korea, I decided to literally look up Korean lip filler and lip injection suppliers, and I want to show a few examples of what I found. Again, I do not know if these are any of the websites or suppliers that she actually uses, but I want to show you how easy it is to purchase and also the disclaimers that you can see of the actual suppliers saying for people who are not licensed should not be purchasing this. Either way, I do not think these sites should be existing because this is really problematic in my opinion, but this is kind of what I'm finding when it comes to suppliers. I think that if you truly are not able to see that these facilities are safe, that there could potentially be a problem. Like, I am so alarmed at the fact that I can purchase such random items right now on my own free will. I do not recommend this. I know I cannot control what people do. I am so aware of that. I know I can only show a different perspective and other things that I see and give my perspectives and opinions. This is a website for Houston, Texas Injectors. It says who can and can't inject in Texas. So it says non-surgical cosmetic enhancements have boomed in popularity, making treatments like neurotoxins, dermafillers, and other injectables incredibly sought after in the United States. Unfortunately, the popularity of these treatments and the lucrative nature of the med spa industry has also led to unlicensed and untrained individuals performing injections, which medical professionals can become Texas injectors. If anyone has other information, websites, if you are someone who is a med spa owner, anyone in this industry, if you see something or want to correct, make an additional information, share it in the comments. I want to know. Texas law states that the only people who can become certified injectors in the Lone Star State are doctors, MD, physician's assistants, PA, advanced practice registered nurses, APRN. The previous medical education, certification, and training of these individuals ensure the safety and efficacy of aesthetic treatments in Texas. Can non-physicians inject? While the above medical professionals are the only ones that can become certified to inject in the states of Texas, there are exceptions to who can actually perform the injection. A person who is not a physician, like a registered nurse, RN, can legally inject as long as they are working under the supervision of a certified physician, they have undergone hands-on training in cosmetic injection. The Texas Medical Board mandates that when a patients are receiving aesthetic injections, a screening process is in place, medical record keeping is performed, and a licensed medical professional is supervising all injections. Are you making sure that a licensed medical professional is supervising all injections, and do you have any education to do fillers? I would like to know, because if you're going to go and making claims that I am defaming you, which I know I am not, I'm sharing my opinion, but I'm going to take it a step further right now because I do have questions. In my opinion, I personally believe that you are not doing something safe. That is my belief and I can have it. Next up in this article, when is it illegal to inject in Texas? When a certified physician is not supervising the injection, when the non-physician injector is untrained, and when the injection takes place outside of an approved injection facility, which I actually would like to know about your facility, because if it's not approved or good to go, that's still Not a good deal. So what is not in the esthetician's or cosmetology operator's scope of practice? It says an esthetician or cosmetology operator license does not authorize the esthetician or cosmetology operator to use hypodermic needles to inject botulinum, for example, Botox or other substances, even for cosmetic. Not only are there restrictions and requirements for the person doing the injection, but there are also some stipulations that the building itself must adhere to when it comes to med spa and businesses that perform injections. Faculty requirements: an aesthetics or medical aesthetics or other businesses by any title that employs or leases space to a licensed cosmetologist or esthetician must comply with the facility and equipment requirements under Chapter 1603, Texas Occupation Code, and Title 16, Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 83. Requirements include running water, restroom, health and safety requirements, and a business may lease space to a cosmetologist as an independent contractor only if the business is licensed by TDLR as an establishment under Chapter 1603, Texas Occupations Code. The person who leases his space must also hold the required practitioner license to provide regulated services. I don't know if you considered, maybe, hey, correct me if I'm wrong, your building requirements, your requirements as someone who injects with other needles, and so much more. Now, I am going to show very quickly a few other clips here that she made, again, in the now deleted TikTok, where she was talking about how people were claiming that what she was doing with the hyaluron pen is wrong. I want to state that she was trying to support her claim by saying that the FDA doesn't approve of tattooing, whatever. Just listen to the shit.
I have been getting that I am supposedly getting my filler from Amazon, Tumi, and AliExpress. I have multiple bank statements and multiple wire transfer that my filler is coming from South Korea. And I will also put the proof here that I spent over $30,000 in the month of February on filler and supplies. And that what I'm doing is illegal. I am running a criminal business, enterprise, whatever. The hyaluronic pen is not illegal. And it's not FDA approved, but it's not banned. Tattoo ink, baby formula, and some makeup products is also not FDA approved. And here's also proof that a doctor is trying to make it illegal. The main reason why people don't like people using the hyaluronic pen is because anybody can use it. You don't need a doctor or nurse license to do the hyaluronic pen. They want you to go to them and get their lip filler done. We are taking their business. That's why it's so much backlash about us doing the hyaluronic pen. Much respect to all the doctors and nurses. Personally, I have trained 3 nurses. I have a doctor that comes to me to buy filler, and I will also put the proof there.
The fact that she literally went on to say that nurses and doctors don't like the hyaluron pen because it takes their business, I completely understand her concept when it comes to certain things the FDA are not approved. I understand what she's getting at. However, I think a few things we need to be very aware of is the fact that there is a notice on the hyaluron pen that was put out saying, hey, this is not a good idea. Don't be doing this. Like, that's pretty damn unsafe. The FDA puts notices on many, many things. The FDA also puts notices for baby formula companies and says, hey, these are things that you have to have. And yes, I do agree, not every company or product is approved by the FDA, but I am gonna kind of turn and look at the red flag, when there is a literal notice and document or paper, whatever you wanna call it, that's released by the FDA saying, hey, this is a huge problem. We need to let consumers know. Again, with all this being said, with your filler suddenly disappearing off of the site, things in your bio gone, where are your credentials? Where are they at? If you are doing everything completely correct, if you're doing this legally as you have gone on and on and on about, then why are they disappearing? Go into your classes where you will teach people about the hyaluron pens. You're going on a hyaluron tour. You got a damn billboard in New York. Insane to say the least that you're doing that. Also, laws vary from state to state, so I'm amazed that you're comfortable doing that. I don't feel like it's right in my opinion. You also do microneedling one-on-ones or microneedling classes. Who are you to be doing a microneedling class with an actual needle to people? Who are you? If you don't have credentials, as I've stated, that's not right. Additionally, this is just to show the date, May 21st, to see that this is very current information on her website to show classes and trainings. She has microneedling training. Now, this is insane because it says this training is for certified hyaluron pen techs. First of all, what the is that? If you are not, you will have to take both trainings, hyaluron pen and microneedling. If you are not somebody with credentials, you should not be, one, doing microneedling, and two, teaching people classes. The fact that this literally says SewMake will cover 2 different techniques, stand-alone technique with just microneedles and combo technique with microneedle and hyaluron pen, is genuinely mind-boggling to me. If people have to go to school to make damn sure that they are doing this safe, what the are you doing teaching people these classes? So not only do I not see any proper credentials from SewMake, but I also do not see the little notification in her bio anymore saying under medical direction. And I also don't see any other disclaimers, no consultations, no nothing when it comes to booking or any other information to reassure me she has credentials. This is quite literally alarming and terrifying. I, in my opinion, do not in any way, shape, or form go to a place that does not have credentials and is just blindly teaching people with nothing to show that they are qualified to do this. This is extremely terrifying, and this is exactly why I talk about this stuff. Please do not do this. And this is even scarier to me because if she is giving information for suppliers, as she has claimed, and telling other people to do this and teaching other people, then that is so scary to me that she is teaching people to do this kind of thing to other people and make, quote, businesses off of fillers, whether it's the hyaluron pen or microneedling, without proper licensing, which is so fucking scary, but additionally getting fillers from places that might not be regulated and putting them in people's bodies. Like, this is a cycle that's not just touching SewMake. This is something that is touching other people and other people who are trying to run businesses like this and other clients. Like, who knows how bad this can get? I'm just talking about this because this is, in my opinion, what happens when we have uneducated people doing things that could potentially harm you. This is why we have schooling, education, licensing, and requirements, because this can potentially lead to some very dangerous stuff, as the FDA has clearly stated. And this is why I'm making this video, because I am genuinely so concerned for people's safety, because the sheer schooling that people go to make sure that they do this safely, that they don't give people an infection, that they're able to give proper fillers, because maybe one filler might not work for person A, but it might work for person B. Like, all of the requirements to make sure that the risk is significantly low is wild to me. And the fact that we have people just blatantly doing this shit. And bonus perspective, make sure as you're watching all these videos, notice how I do not see any medical professional present. I don't know. Are they in the ceiling? Are they sitting in the corner? Where is the medical professional that is supposed to be monitoring and supervising these needle injections? And another statement I want to make, because no one's going to do, well, what if that's not her? What if that is the medical supervisor? Because this is your voice, your hair, multiple times actually doing these fillers.
God, I love them. They look amazing. Girl, you did that.
She like, I can't believe it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They look so good. Yeah.
Where are the videos showing the medical supervision? Also, I really, really hope that people who have gotten the actual microneedle fillers from her, if you did not have a good experience with her, or even if you did, please, I want to know, was an actual medical supervisor there? Was somebody actually there participating to make sure that this was done safely? Did you have a consultation with a medical professional? Please make it to where we can clear the air on this, because I do not see anything, and that is so scary. And one other last statement that I need to make very clear that I think is super important, especially because I do have a feeling that my video is going to come across some people who may have had negative experiences just in general, not specifically from SewMake, but like anyone who's had a negative experience with this. If you are too scared to report, I need to encourage you and say that you have every right to report. If you went to somebody and you thought that it was a safe idea and that it was okay, and if you went and if they hurt you, whether you had a bad reaction to that filler, they were not licensed, maybe they were doing the hyaluron, whatever the case may be, you have every right to report it. So I just want to just do a call of action to anyone who has fallen to be a victim of something like this from any person who is providing the service. You have a right to report. You are completely valid in your concerns. If you had any severe damage, please report. You are not stupid. You are not lesser than. I know many victims of any scams or anything in general that I've just seen over my years of being a content creator. It's very hard to speak up. And I just want to say you're not alone. I am beyond proud of you. If you want to ever speak to me anonymously, please feel free to do so. I would love to hear your experience on this. But if you are able to, I would report it. I don't know why she wasted her time sending me a cease and desist when she could have literally been like, here are my credentials. And I'd be like, oh, okay, thanks, bestie. But if there's no credential, if there's nothing to show that what you're doing is 100% safe, your area, your facility is safe, nothing, but you wasted money sending me some ass paperwork. Now, one thing I want to get into, we're going to talk about filing legal action. So let's play this little hypothetical game. Let's say you want to file legal action against me. I do not believe for a second that's going to work out for you, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's introduce you to something called the anti-SLAPP laws. Now, I don't know if you are aware of what the anti-SLAPP laws are, but for anyone who is unaware, I'm going to walk you through exactly what that is. And the lawsuit that protects people from SLAPP lawsuits is called the Texas Citizens Participant Act. It protects your First Amendment rights such as free speech, the right to petition, ask the government for help, and the right of association. It is often referred to as the anti-SLAPP laws. How can the Texas Citizens Participate Act help me? Anti-SLAPP motions to dismiss. This motion asks the court to promptly end lawsuits that violate the Texas Citizens Participation. Help pay for a lawyer. If you win your anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss, the other side may have to pay your attorney fees. Protection. The court may impose sanctions on the other party to discourage them from filing a SLAPP lawsuit against others in the future. An anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss asks the court to dismiss a lawsuit that violates your right to free speech, right to petition, or right of association. The Texas Citizens Participation Act makes it easier to dismiss these cases without spending a lot of time and money. I have a First Amendment right to make a comment on what you publicly post. I have the right to make comments on things that you share, which is what most of my video was during that time. So I do not think for a second that something like this would go well for you. I make it very clear with my disclaimers. I make it very clear to not harass people. I make it very clear that all my content, I share opinions, I share inferences, I share information that I find. Sometimes I can share facts when I'm able to show hardcore facts. Courts have found that the act protects things said privately as well as publicly so long as the speech is about matters of public concern. Speech does not have to be objectively true to be a matter of public concern. For example, the act protects the right to state opinions about products, services, and even publish works of art. And as a commentary creator, that is allowed. If you do not like it, then maybe do not be on social media. And at the end of the day, if you do something problematic or people don't agree with you, people have a right to comment on it, whether you like it or not. You acting as if that this is going to scare me is such utter bullshit, and you quite literally chose the wrong one. Oh, and by the way, if you do not think Texas is not honing in on some of y'all, I would be a little bit concerned, because let's refer to this article right here talking about a cosmetic clinician giving alleged side effects. This is posted Thursday, April 18th, 2024. Mr. Injector 1 client claims alleged unlicensed cosmetic clinician gave her 1 million side effects. Instead of giving her an FDA-approved filler, she says he injected her with a silicone-like substance which caused pain, inflammation, hard nodules, and bruising. The mother of 3 children said when Moore tried to correct the problem with more injections, she suffered serious complications. My body was shutting down. I had 1 million side effects, she said. I literally wanted to kill myself every day. I would just wake up miserable for so long. Police say that there is just one problem. Moore doesn't have a medical license. He was allegedly hurting people with non-FDA approved butt and Botox-like injections. It's definitely something that I would have never knowingly done to myself, Grigio insisted. I don't think enough people really understand the risks. So for him to advertise that he's performing these procedures as a certified person is bad enough, but then inserting an adulterated substance in somebody's body is beyond belief. The board found that Mr. Moore admitted to administering skin treatment injections including Botox for a period of several years and without proper physician involvement, online records state. A man known online as Mr. Injector faced a judge for the first time Thursday morning as his bond was set for a slew of charges related to illegal cosmetic injections. Now, by the way, this is from the Houston Police Department, and they say that this case is a part of a growing problem in this city. So apparently Houston already knows that this is an issue. I do not think sending me a $60 cease and desist is smart. I think you should be a little bit more cautious about your paper trail online of some of the things you are doing right now, because that may, who knows, potentially lead to some problems if you are doing things that the medical board is not in favor of. So what did we learn today, everyone? I am not a law professional by any means, but what I do know is that it is very cheap. It is easy to send a threatening letter to anyone. The point is, people are going to send stupid ass things to you and they don't understand, and they're honestly betting on the fact that you don't know your rights. I think you need to be more careful of if someone has a reaction to what you're doing, the fillers that you have put into their lips, apparently with their needleless or needle injections, if you have any licensing or no licensing, and if you don't have licensing, which I do not see any of, if you get reported and how that's going to go. Make sure that you know that you are well within your rights. Speak to legal counsel. Not everyone that sends you a goofy ass threat is actually going to have something that's really worthwhile besides a funny video. Know your rights, be very careful, do your research, report people in general who do not have proper licensing, try things with proper risk assessment, make sure that you are okay and you understand the risk you are taking when you go and do something. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out today's sponsor, the link in the description below, and pin comment. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.